Hey everyone, Mr. MC here. This is Lab Guide for Sardinia A with the Toyota TS050. Let's get this started. Your first braking point is going to be this orange part of the wall that is on the right. So once you reach it, you want to start to brake as much as you can in a straight line and try to bring yourself as close as you can to the apex. Get the car pointing where you want to go and then start to fully accelerate. Try to keep the car in a straight line so you can maximize the use of the hybrid feature. Then right after you pass the 50-meter mark, you want to start to brake, so you brake hard for a moment, slowly ease off of the brakes, try to bring yourself to the middle of the track, and the moment you complete that last turn, you want to brake a little bit more, try to get the car to rotate as fast as you can, straighten up the car, and then start to fully accelerate. Then once again, just after you pass the 50-meter mark, you want to start to brake once again. Just get the car as close as you can to the wall on the left side of the track and carefully start to accelerate your way out. Before you reach the 100-meter mark, you want to start to brake as much as you can. This is a pretty sharp hairpin, so you want to get the car to rotate as fast as you can, get the car pointing where you want to go, and then start to fully accelerate. You can go through these couple of corners at full throttle, except for this left-hander right here, where you want to brake when the curb on the right ends. Try to use a very quick burst of braking, get the car as close to the wall on the left, and then carefully accelerate. Finally, brake just before you reach the 100-meter mark, brake as much as you can in a straight line, carefully ease off of the brakes to get the car to rotate around this turn very cleanly, get the car pointing where you want to go, and carefully accelerate your way out. Take this turn nice and clean, going at full throttle, and you are good to go. Let's go ahead and talk about the strategies. For the race strategy, you basically only want to use the Toyota TS050 because that car is the best Group 1 car when it comes to fuel efficiency. So because of that, it is possible to do a no stop with this car, but you're going to have to do some crazy short shifting, especially if you don't want to mess with the fuel mapping at all. So when you're going through the first couple of turns, you want to be shifting when the bar on the bottom of the screen is around 50% full, and through this part as well, around 50 to 60% full. But when you go through some of the higher speed parts of the track, you can bring yourself to shift when the bar on the bottom of the screen is at around 75% full. However, you're going to need to constantly monitor how much fuel you have because you're going to be coming very close to running out of fuel. But before I show that, I just want to quickly show you how I go through a single lap here, just trying to fuel save as much as I can, going to 6th gear whenever I can. That way I can save a little bit more fuel because once again, you're going to be coming close to running out of fuel at the very end of the race. And just carefully go through that last corner, and there's a one-stopper that's actually catching up to me, and that's actually one thing that I would like to note, that if you can have someone ahead of you, you can go ahead and do that, as you can save a little bit more fuel through the use of slipstream. Just be aware of the dirty air, as that can make your car a bit more understeery. So we're going to skip on over to the very end of the race. This is still the no stop strategy, and I'm just going to try to make sure that I have just enough fuel left to try to finish the race without running out of fuel and slowing myself down. And just as we're about to cross the finish line, I'm down to running on vapors, down to 0% fuel, and I barely finished the race before I actually do run out of fuel. So we'll quickly touch upon the one-stop strategy. This is where you only refuel, don't worry about the tires. In my personal opinion, this strategy feels a lot more fun, and it doesn't feel as miserable as trying to short shift your way throughout the entire race. Well, you are going to be short shifting, but you're only shifting when the bar on the bottom of the screen is at around 75% full. So you don't have to do any crazy short shifting when the bar is 25% full or anything like that. just 75% full, and that's when you shift. Interestingly, the refueling rate is at 10 liters per second, so you can refuel pretty quickly. So it is possible to do a very quick splash and dash and still be able to retain at least some of the gap that you had from those behind you. And interestingly, the one stop is slightly faster than the no stop, and I can see why that is the case, since with the no stop you are shifting pretty early, so the car is not going as fast as it can go, whereas with the one stop, with a little bit of fuel saving, you can still go pretty fast, while at the same time you're still saving a bit of fuel along the way, so you don't spend too much time at the pit stop. So if there's a strategy that you're not sure which one you want to go with the one stop, but just try to save fuel along the way by shifting when the bar on the bottom of the screen is at 75% full. But that is all for this lap guide, and once again, choose the Toyota TS050 as that car is the best when it comes to fuel economy. But I'm going to go ahead and sign off now. So this is Mr. MCA going to bed, and I'll see you in the next video.